Retirement is one of the most sought-after goals that every one of us is looking forward to. Most retirees actually like to relocate to a new place, away from the hustle and bustle of the big city, and focus on enjoying life instead, honing some new skills, or enjoying and learning new hobbies. But just like how we started our journey when we tried to establish a career in our 20s, we need to consider factors as well. In retirement, we need to consider the state's livability, peace and order, expenses, median house cost, monthly homeowner cost, cost of living, Medicare Advantage cost, state Medicare spend per person, and most importantly, the taxes. Although most of us are actually looking at the most beautiful states to live in or the most tax-friendly states for retirees, here we will show you the worst states for retirees. Number 10. Minnesota. This state does indeed have a population of 5.5 million, with a 4% higher than the national average cost of living. A retired couple's annual healthcare expenditure is at $422,815, with median earnings of $47,838 for 65-plus households. Retirees have the lowest tax-friendly rating. It's difficult for retirees to remain afloat in the land of 10,000 lakes. Financial imbalances in retirement can also be caused by higher-than-average living costs and lower-than-average incomes. Furthermore, the tax position adds to the pressure. Minnesota has been one of the 10 worst areas for retiree taxation, taxing Social Security benefits at the same rate as the federal government. The majority of all other income in retirement is taxed, notably military, government, and private pensions. Furthermore, the state's revenue and earnings taxes are incredibly high. Minnesota, on the other hand, is a fantastic choice for health-conscious retirees. And to the United Health Foundation statistics, the region has the best senior healthcare in the country. Number 9. Montana. It does have a population of over 1 million and a cost of living that is 3% higher than the national average. The average household income for people aged 65 and over is $42,367, with an average healthcare expense of $413,031 for a retired couple. Lastly, a non-tax-friendly tax rate for retirees. Mostly in Treasure State, you might have a difficult time maintaining your riches. Although the cost of living is higher than the national average, incomes are 21.2% lower. The tax issue isn't helping matters. Most sources of retirement income, notably Social Security, are taxed in Montana, as well as the top marginal rate of 6.9% kicks in when the taxable income exceeds $17,400. Despite this, Big Sky Country appears to attract a considerable number of retirees. The number of people aged 65 and up in the state is the 5th largest in the country. For daring retirees, the state's downsides may be outweighed by the great, albeit frigid, outdoors, including Yellowstone and Glacier National Parks. Number 8. Wisconsin. Cons: the 4th costly real estate tax in the United States, taxable retirement funds, a comparatively high marginal rate of income tax of 7.75% on income exceeding $225,000 in the top band. Gains from Social Security are not taxed, and there is no state estate tax. Wisconsin has the lowest annual household income in the U.S. for seniors. Despite this, life expenditures are really only somewhat more down than usual, as well as a 65-year-old couple's healthcare expenses will be slightly greater than standard in retirement. Taxes add to the problem. While Social Security benefits are exempted from state and local taxes, most other retirement income is taxed, with few exceptions for low-income residents. Number 7. North Carolina. The climatic condition in North Carolina is categorized as tropical humid. Summertime is hot and muggy, with pleasant winters. The western peaks have a relatively cool temperature. Whenever it comes to this topic, North Carolina provides the best experience. Although the state's weather is moderate, there have been 4 main seasons. Summertime is mostly on beaches, winters in the peaks, breathtaking scenery in the fall, and gorgeous blossoms in the spring abound in North Carolina. This warm weather makes it possible to enjoy the weather all year round. North Carolina delivers everything regardless of what sport you enjoy. North Carolina features a football program, minor league baseball groups, basketball teams, and hockey teams among its 21 professional and small league clubs. All of this is before we can get to college athletics, wherein multiple college teams have a fervent fan base. North Carolina does have an above-average cost of living. 17.5% of the population live in extreme poverty. A typical revenue of $64,490 is 14% lower than the average. Elderly individuals' earnings are 18.3% lower than the average, and a flat income tax of 5.75%. Number 6. New Mexico. The state's crime rates and its healthcare problems are some of the factors why the state is off the list for most retirees. Add the nursing home and memory care services rates that are highly priced, scare the senior more from choosing this state. Apart from that, you need to be ready for the taxes too. New Mexico is one of the states where Social Security, retirement account distributions, and pensions are all taxed. Because New Mexico is about 7,300 feet above sea level, most citizens relocate to lower regions. Number 5. New Jersey. If you want to live near the coast with easy access to the beaches, New Jersey is for you. You will enjoy your stay as well. You can explore everything from its local history, art, architecture, and parks. Being active during your stay as a retiree in New Jersey will never be boring. You'll always have something to do in New Jersey. Another state that you need to avoid as a retiree is New Jersey. Whether you rent or purchase your house, the average expense is still around 70% higher than the national average. Their healthcare costs more than the average at about 8%, and a whopping retirement income tax of almost 10%. When it comes to crime, New Jersey is relatively safe to live with. You just need to be careful though. One of the main cons residing in New Jersey are thunderstorms and the blizzards. Number 4. California. The pandemic has affected almost everyone's financial status, including their retirement contribution. Some have made forced withdrawals from their retirement account, and some completely closed theirs. And people residing in California were not excused. Regardless of the pandemic, the goods and services are still expensive, ranging from around 15 to 20%, making California a costly place for retirees. With an average life expectancy of 20.7 years living on the second highest cost of living state, a retiree must have at least around $1.5 million to $2 million to live comfortably. If you decide to live in California, you must also consider the Californian average healthcare spend of around at least $8,000. Number 3. Washington, D.C. Out of around 6 million people living in the D.C. region, only 680,000 individuals live in the District of Columbia itself. Washington, D.C. has been undoubtedly one of the best places to live when you retire. It provides a senior travel discount of up to 50%. However, despite its prime location on the East Coast, the region is known for its heavy traffic. Additionally, Washington, D.C.'s cost of living is among the highest in the nation, which is not really advisable for retirees, unless money is not an issue. Since Washington, D.C. is the second highest median home value of $424,400, with an estate tax of around 16% for estates valued at $1 million and above, the violent and property crime rates are more than the national rate. Number 2. New York. Indeed, New York is one of the most acceptable cities in the world. New York has been one of the world's great cities, but think twice about living there in retirement. According to a study, New York came in the last place out of 172 states on the list. Just like the other states mentioned, New York has as well an unmatched cultural offering. Although residents aged 65 and older gave the highest rank in some factors, including walkability, the state may still be challenging to live for retirees. New York's cost of living rank is second in North America. Its state and local income taxes and property taxes ranked as one of the highest as well. So, if you want to wake up in a city that never sleeps, you might need to consider funding your retirement to live comfortably in New York. Number 1. Hawaii. Median house rent $2,500 to $3,000 a month, and the second highest income tax at around 11%. The tropical island of Hawaii, with its scenic locations and world-class beaches, is undoubtedly the most favored retirement place for those who love a laid-back life. But as you picture yourself exploring nature, hiking, camping, and sunbathing in Kaanapali Beach, you might also want to weigh the advantages and disadvantages. Hawaii has one of the best weather cycles all year long, where it peaks at an average of 84 degrees Fahrenheit in hotter months and 79 degrees Fahrenheit in cooler months. Apart from its beautiful places that allow you to be close to nature, Hawaii also has a relatively low crime rate. Unfortunately, retiring in Hawaii comes at a price. On par with the scenic views and a laid-back life are not-so-friendly tax state and high living costs. Hawaii has been one of the highest cost of living, with an index of around 199 taxes, private pensions, and retirees with a 401k or IRA retirement savings accounts. And since properties in Hawaii are pretty expensive, you can also expect your annual taxes to increase. If you decide to move to Aloha State, you would need to save a lot of money to live comfortably. Thus, if you want to live comfortably in this paradise, you need to have enough sources of funds. Otherwise, your retirement fund will be hurt. What do you think of this video? Do you agree with the mentioned states? Do you have any suggestions with the list given? Let me know your thoughts in the comments section down below. Before leaving, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to get updated on our future content. With that being said, see you in the next one.